Hi, it's just me, Mr. Kichter. Thought I would try and give you a little help with your Google Docs. Several people have asked about inserting text boxes and images inside of Google Documents to aid the appearance of a document. And also along with adding the image or the text box, several have questioned about how to make the text wrap around that image or text box for best appearance inside the document. So that's what this video that I'm producing here is about. I will try and show you how to add images and text boxes and also how to make the text wrap around those images and text boxes for a nice appearance. So I created a document here that I'm going to open in my Google Drive. I'm sure you have several assignments that you've been working on that you are going to add things to. So you would do a similar procedure. So here's my document. I am going to try and insert an image to begin with, and then we'll go to text boxes. Wherever you click your mouse in the document is where the image will insert. And so I'm going to click at this location, and so it should put that after that sentence. So to insert the image, I'm going to go up to the Insert option on the menu. I'm going to click on Insert, and then I'm going to drop down to the Image icon, and I'm going to click on Image. When I do that, a new window appears for inserting of images. Notice that it says you can drag your image here, or you can choose this image to upload. I'm going to drag my image, but to show you what happens here, if you select this, you can then go and look for your image. So I could select this image here and open it, and so therefore you could go to any image files that you might have on your desktop and or in your files, and you should be able to add that image. I'm going to just take the image that I have on my desktop, and I'm going to click it and just drag it into the box. So either way will work. When I release the image, it will begin to upload, and you might have noticed that it turned blue when I was dragging the image in. So here's my image inside my document, right after the sentence where I had clicked my mouse initially. Now this image is now currently going from left to right margin, the entire width of the paper. And if that's the way you'd like to have it, hey, you're done. But sometimes you'd like to reposition the image and maybe have the text wrap around it. So let's say that I would like to have this image appear just a little bit smaller. So to do so, I'm going to click on the image. When I click on the image, several things happen. First of all, a blue line appears around the outer perimeter of my image, and it also has these little squares in the corners and on the sides, little handles they're called, for reshaping and resizing the image. The other thing that happened was a little option box opened just beneath the image down here. So first of all, I'm going to resize my image by making it smaller. So I'm going to go down to this corner, and I'm going to get there where that little handle is in that right corner, and I'm going to click there, and I'm going to drag my image so that it becomes a little bit smaller and release it. Now, notice my image is somewhat centered on my page, about where I clicked my mouse, and notice that I also have white space on both sides of my image. If that's how you would like your image to appear, why, you need to make no further changes. If you'd like to have the text wrap around the image, why then you'll need to go down to this option window here at the bottom and select Wrap Text. So by clicking on Wrap Text, my image now has text around it. Now, leaving the image in this location may not be the best for the presentation of my document. For example, I have text on left and right, and that text is somewhat disjointed so that if I were reading the text, it makes it kind of hard to follow. I think I'd prefer to move my image a little bit to get the text either on one side or the other so that the presentation is a little cleaner. So to do that, just click your image and drag it where you'd like it to go. If you notice, if you drag slowly and get over toward the edge, sometimes a red line will appear telling you that the edge of the image is right at the edge of the margin. If I release it here, I now have my image lined up with the edge of the margin. I now have text on this side, much easier to read than skipping back and forth across that image, and I think this looks fairly nice. If I'd like to have my image on the other side, just grab it and drag the image again, and again when you get to the margin, that red line would appear, and there it is, aligned with the right margin. If I want to move it down, I can move wherever I want it to be. So I'm going to move it to this location for now and leave it there so that I can go on to adding a text box. Somewhere down here in my document, I think I'd like to have a text box. So I'm going to click at that location. To add my text box, I'm going to go up to Insert, and I'm going to go to the Drawing option. It seems to me like it should say Text Box, but to get to a text box option, you have to go through Drawing first. It's just the way Google Docs is organized. So again, you're selecting Insert, then Drawing, and when you click on Drawing, a new page will appear. It has several options across the top, most of which you'll be familiar with, but one of them is your text box. You can also add shapes of different sizes and so forth in the same manner that I'm going to add the text box if you so desire. But for now, for this purpose, I'm going to add a text box. I'm going to click on the text box image, then I'm going to move my mouse down into the page, and notice it's sort of a little cross now. I'm going to click my mouse and drag to make a text box of the approximate size that I think I would need. So there's my text box. It's highlighted with a blue outline around it, but that blue outline is really not there when you go back and put it into your document unless you put a line around it, and I'll show you how to do that too. So let's say that I want to put some text in here. Okay, so now I have some text in there. This box is pretty big for that text, so I think I'm going to make that text a little bigger because what I'm wanting to do is really bring people's attention to this anyway. So I'm going to go up to some of these options that are along here for text, most of which you're familiar with, and I'm going to go to font size, and I'm going to make that text a bunch bigger. There, that looks better because I think it fits my box a little bit better. I might also like to have it aligned in the center. So you can go up to your Alignment tab, and you can select Center It, and now my text is in the center, and I think it looks pretty nice. If I were to go back now and go up and click Save and Close, it would appear in my document just like this with no outline around it. But I want to highlight it a little bit more, and I want an outline around it separating the box from the text. So to do that, I need to go up to my Line option, and my lines are in here, and my fill colors. So if I go to Line Weight and I select an option, I'm going to select 3, but the bigger number I select, the thicker the line will become. And you can see now that my line around the outside has changed a little bit, and I do have a box around it. I'd like for that box to be a nice bright red color. So select my red color from my line color, and I have a red line around my box. If I'd like to have a fill color in the interior of the box, I would go to Fill Color, select my fill color. I'm going to select bright yellow, and so there it is. Here is my box that I'm going to insert into my document. I have it set with my red line, my fill color, everything like I'd like to have it. So now that it's the way I wish to have it, I'm going to go to the upper right corner here, click Save and Close. Well, that's about where I clicked in my document. And again, you'll notice that I have white space on both sides, and if that's how you would like to have it, well, you may need to make no further changes. But if you'd like to have your text wrap around this box, just click on the box. That will open this little options box beneath it. Click Wrap Text, and now you have your text wrapped around your box. Again, one side or the other may be better, but you can be the judge of that. I'm going to move my box over here by grabbing and dragging it until it's lined up with the margin, and there it is. So now I have my Google Doc with an image added into it, with a text box added into it and my text wrapping around it, and I think it looks reasonably nice. I'm hoping this little video will be helpful to you in your production of your Google Docs. Thank you for watching.